Hello, friends. Hi, Anne. Hi, Gigi. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Hello, Joyce. I know, Joyce, you're not here and you commented earlier, but I hope you come back. Oh, I'm so happy that we have some people here. I know we're started a few minutes early. Um, we have a guest. We have a mod tonight. We have Violet. Say hello, Violet.
Can you see that? Can you see that? Hello, everyone.
For anybody new that's joining us or watching on the replay, this is Sharon from Texture Junkies, and that's where you're at. You can find me on Instagram at Texture Junkies and send me a friend request on Facebook. I don't mind at all. It's Sharon with a C. All the information will be listed in this video below. And while you're at it, how about a thumbs up? And if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love to have you. I am 3 away from 300 right now. And when we get to the 400 mark, I'm going to give away a journal. And I have it. And I have other prizes to give away as well. So there will probably be 2 winners because my prize box is filling up. I'm so glad you guys are here.
Wait a minute. Maybe I'm sitting in the wrong seat. You didn't tell me you were giving away a journal. What?
It's actually one of the first journals I ever made.
Wow.
Yeah. It was when I
Okay.
first discovered junk journals, and I made several, and I was looking through some stuff and organizing and rearranging and came across some of them and decided I would give one away.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have to interrupt. I have a circly thing. So I don't know if anyone else does. I'd like to know if they do. But I'm
What's
just
a
going round
circling
and
thing?
round. On YouTube, when it's just going round and round. I'm gonna refresh my YouTube
Okay.
because pretty much I'm losing your signal.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully it's just me.
Oh, that circly thing. Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I forget what it's called, but the roundy roundy roundy
Yeah.
thing. So yep, I see Anne, I see Jenny, yep. Um, but I'm not, and like I said, I'm upstairs, so hopefully my internet is gonna hold out. I see
I
you
don't
fine.
see anyone else yet.
Put your hand up. Yep. See, you're live and StreamYard doing just fine. So
And I have these today as well because we've been opening
ooh.
with the Divine Abundance cards each time because I would like to make a set of these with everyone. And I'm going to talk about that today because it's time to get started. But I'm going to read 3 of these Divine Abundance cards.
Oh,
So
cool.
I was just waiting for a
Okay.
few more people to join us, and then we will get to that to start us off.
So the
Do you know?
it's buffering, and that might just be me, and take me off screen. Yep. You can
Okay.
take me off screen now. So it might just be
Okay, I'll
me
do that.
buffering,
I will do that.
according to
Let me
Jenny.
see if it
She said
lets
she's
me.
fine. There you go.
There we go. But yours is working, Gigi. It's not doing that. Is that correct? Violet, is she refreshing? I can't hear her. Let me see. Oh, I see the hand, but I don't hear her. Hello. I don't know why I don't hear you. I'm going to add you back to the screen and we'll figure it out. Violet is a tech genius, so we've got this.
We'll figure it out.
Okay, so why would your I'm glad we started early. That's good. She's on a new computer upstairs.
Yep.
She didn't want her husband to tap dance. So how are you ladies? While she's messing with that. So why would it do that? We should still be able to hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can, but you're on the screen. So I'm going to have to, let me take you off the screen and we'll see if that fixes it.
Right.
You're going to have
There
to
you
keep
go.
telling jokes.
Are you okay, I got a joke. See,
There we go.
there we go. I think what we've got here is I'm upstairs on Wi-Fi, and that's a distance from the router, the router. So I got a feeling that's going to be the issue.
Well,
And
that's
I could,
okay. I'm on Wi-Fi as well.
yeah, so that makes it, that makes it even more of a struggle. So, and like I said, I could go downstairs on that computer, but the husband is watching TV, and
No, you're
he
fine. I think we're
he's
good.
he's a funny guy, but I'm not ready to break you into him yet.
I have one of those too. So it looks like Anne is icing cupcakes. Bring some of that icing over here. I've been on a Slim Fast diet, and I could sure use some sugar. I need some of that. Okay, so I want to talk about these real quick. These cards we've been opening with. The reason why I want to make these, and these are called Divine Abundance Oracle cards, but they could be for any. It could be some things from the Bible. If you're specifically religious in that way, whatever your religion or beliefs are, it can be geared toward that. And it's positive words. And sometimes we just need those when we're having a rough day or as a routine to start our day. So we have mindful thinking and we feel centered. It's like waking up and praying. So no matter your belief system, these can be applied. And the reason I want to do these is because look at this artwork. It's not just not just this mindful thinking. You get to create art on each and every one. And I'm going to read these right now.
I have to say hello to my sister is here.
Oh, hello. Hey, Fran.
There
Hey,
she
Amanda.
is. Hi,
Thank you
Fran.
for
Hi,
joining.
Amanda. So glad to see you here. Fran is my sister. I don't care what anybody says.
Your posh British sister. Hey,
You
Barbara.
got it. Hi, Barbara.
So glad you're here. So we're reading from the Divine Abundance cards, which is how I've started every time I'm live now. And it's just a moment of peace for us. So the first one that I pulled out is letting go. Everything is indeed out of control and God will hold it all. I can safely let it go. I love that. I think it's beautiful. The artwork's beautiful. And the inner child. Allow me to give compassion and love to that little one. Let me attend to its deepest needs and feelings. Isn't that beautiful? And then the last one is right now. Stay in the present and don't get too far ahead of the flow. You'll soon trust that nothing more will come than can be handled each moment. I just love these. They're so beautiful. Not only are they beautiful to look at, but they have beautiful words of wisdom that I sometimes need to hear. I don't know about you guys, but all right. So the reason I am sharing these right now again is because I'd like to make some with you guys. And you can start with a deck of cards, and this would be a great, what we're doing tonight on the gel plate would be a great smooth surface because they need to be smooth and not have a bunch of stuff glued to them. And they're like little art journal pages, honestly, with fun, happy quotes on them. So this is a good way to do that. And you can just use a deck of cards. That was my thought anyway. Find an ugly deck or something, and then you can do the backs of them, so they all match, and you don't know what you're picking, um, and do your artwork on the inside where you choose the words that you're going to add. So anyway, enough of that.
Cool.
Yeah, I just think it's a fun idea, and we all need some inner peace, I think. So art brings us peace and joy if we are creators, and even people that aren't creators can use a little art in their life. It's just good for your soul. So I'm going to show you some of the things that I made. Did you guys see have we said hello to everyone yet?
I'm
Yes, Fran,
watching
you
it.
are posh. What's that?
It looks like we're caught up,
Good.
except there's an echo. So now I know the echo is it. There's still an echo.
I can't hear it. Yeah, I'm Barbara. I'm so glad you got here in time for
Okay.
the divine abundance. That's wonderful. Yeah, I hear the echo coming from your speaker, actually, just every very lightly. Um, Barbara, it is Sharon, Texture Junkies. Yeah, the cards on a ring. I'm going to tell you about these because you can get these on Amazon, and they were called. There's a name of these. I will have to tell you guys. I'll take a picture of it and post it on my Instagram. But they're smooth on one side, they're more absorbent on the other, and they're more slicky. So you get to choose. I mean, they're a really good surface for this. You could make your own, obviously, but these are already cut up, and like 4 of these on the rings with the rings for like $12. So it's a really good deal. They're made for flashcards and like for kids. Um, so they're not in the normal like supplies that we look in, you know. These are some that I made with the alcohol ink on the gel plate. And then I did some stamping. That's really, I love that. But they're all ready for me to use in a way and tuck into journal pockets or do little bits of artwork on them, or I could turn them into divine abundance cards and cut them off and round the corners right there. They're ready to go. So I just think that these are they're a bonus. If you go find these on Amazon, you get such a good deal. Look at that one with the crackle. It's so nice. All right, enough of that now. Are you hearing the echo still?
I don't know. I'm not talking. Yes, it's still there for me. If I'm hearing it through you, then it's at your end. If you're hearing it, then it's at my end.
So
And
what do I
you
do to
said,
fix it?
well, and you said you have nothing else on.
No.
It's not on your phone, not on
Nope.
your not
Everything is, I can turn my phone off, but I have the volume down on everything. So
so I don't know where it's at then. It
let
might
me,
be just a glitch we've got tonight.
okay.
Kind of like I keep getting buffering and have to go back and forth between StreamYard and YouTube to see you, and
They have been
because
doing
of
some
it.
weird stuff.
Yeah,
They
it's
have
not a
been.
well there I know there was a solar flare. I don't know if that's affecting it. And I think Venus is in
Retrograde.
retrograde. I don't know if that's affecting it. So, but I can blame it on my husband if we want, you
Yeah,
know.
let's do that. Mine's not
Yeah,
here. Let's
yeah.
blame him.
But we're all good. Oops, it froze. Um, yeah.
I don't see it frozen.
No, I don't see it frozen either. I see you just fine on both screens. I don't hear any echo, Jenny says.
Okay.
Are we both using headsets? That's how I found to get rid of echo. Barbara, I'm on a headset. I don't think Sharon is.
I am not. And my headset
Right.
is not currently charged.
Right. We
Yeah,
will take care of that.
we
So
will.
I hope you'll all just
Bear with
suffer
us.
with us. Yeah, bear with
Yeah,
us. We'll get there. It's our
we
first
will.
time to get playing together, and we got some kinks.
We are kinky. That's what it is. I'm sorry. There are kinks. That's right. So I wanted to share one of the things that I've discovered I love doing with these prints. The reason why you can use alcohol ink on the gel plate and it is so fun, you can use any paper you want. Any paper. So you do all your, the blowing around and getting your blooming and your cells and all the things that happen right on your gel plate. And then you freeze it when you lock down that paper. So you get
Oh,
to
cool.
keep all of that goodness. And there's so many good moments. So many, in fact. Look at this. Do you see it? Look at that. Isn't that
This is
beautiful?
Yeah, this is what Fran and I love. It's just a grunge. It's just
Yes.
nature. It's free form. It goes out on its own and we just get to suck it up.
Right. And I love how random it is and you have less control. I I love giving up control in my art room to
Yeah.
whatever the universe gives me, and doing these sort of things, it's very serendipitous to cut them out and not have control over what part of it or get to choose the moments that you love on the print that you want to place a die over or you want to even run through your embossing machine. Look at that. And then I
Wow.
just went
Oh,
over it
look
with a
who's
little white.
here. Mo
What?
is
Yeah.
here.
Hey,
Say
Mo.
hello.
Good to
Hi,
have
Mo.
you. Yeah. Oh, she came in just in time too.
Yeah, we were getting kinky. It's just that sort of it's just that sort of
Having
stream,
some
Mo.
kinks. That's
We're
right.
having
So
some
I found
kinks.
lots of good stuff here. Just really lots of good. I mean, I can't wait to use these in things. So, these will go in art journal. They'll go in anything that I'm doing. I mean, I might even put something like this on a jewelry box or some art blocks, which I would like to do in the future as well. Anyway, I pulled this out so I could share with you the things you might do with your prints when you're done. And these are some of my favorites. So I'm going to put that away. The other thing I'm going to do, I pulled out some folders because I decided maybe I put my gel prints in folders before I put them in those 12 by 12 bins so I can separate out, by color or by the session that I had. So what if I print right on those folders? See that? And that's tissue paper.
Oh.
Yeah. Isn't that fun? So, all right. Yeah.
Della, hi Della, whoever you are. I don't know you, but
Oh, hello, Dilla.
I'm seeing a little bit of a blur too, both in YouTube and in StreamYard, and it's better in StreamYard.
Am I moving
Um,
too fast? Because I do that.
mm, I don't know if that's it. It's just that I can't. I'm not sure that it isn't. Every now and then you come in great when you're not moving. I
But I'm
just
not
realized
moving.
when
I'll
you're
move
not moving.
slower.
Oh,
We will
I,
go slower.
I didn't even notice that till you said it. So, and it
Oh,
probably
thank
doesn't
you.
help that we're both on wireless. So
Yeah, we are. And yeah, we are.
that'll do it.
So what I did after I used my alcohol ink on the gel plate, I've done this, I did it once and then I was really itching all week to get back to it because it was so much fun. And I made like 100 prints and I wanted to make another 100, but I waited until tonight to do it again. I do have some virgin stencils here from PM Artist Studio that I'm going to be using. And they're the new butterfly and moth set. And they are right here. Look at this. Look at here.
Ooh.
And so I'm going to use these tonight. I'm going to try these with the alcohol ink. And you can find them. I'm surprised they're not here right now. Hi, Leslie. How are you? I'm so glad
Hi,
everyone's here.
Leslie.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. So I'm going to put these away. I'm going to keep these out because we're going to use those. And then I have some other stencils at my side here. After I washed my plate, I gave them a vitamin E soak. Now, I haven't tried vitamin E. I was using like a coconut mineral oil before, but it seemed to have worked. So I'm going to, if I like it, I'm just going to keep this bottle up here because it's what I have right now, and do that again.
That must have been what you started to tell me earlier, and then we got sidetracked.
Oh, that's okay. I get sidetracked easy. So here's my plate, and it's been, what I did was I bathed them, and then I stuck them in the vitamin E oil. I slathered it up real good and put it in its packaging like that. So it's been soaking, and it's just absorbed all of it because it really needed it. Really, really needed it. I might use this plate too. We'll see. I've got a variety of paper out here, and in a minute I'll tell you about my secret sauce. I've got 2 boxes, one with cardstock and some nicer, heavier paper. I've got some dividers. I do have those, a stack of folders. And then I keep another box with different types of tissue like this. So sometimes you're going to want tissue to go down in all the little spaces of the stencil when you're pushing it down in there. And so that's why I have different weights of paper. And I also keep a couple book pages here because we're not going to have any waste. I'll get to clean off the stencils with some alcohol. I'll just, like spray the paper, put the stencil on there, or spray the stencil and do it the opposite way. And then I have some other things that I'm going to kind of blot off on here. So, secret sauce. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
Did everybody subscribe and hit the thumbs up? That would help me out.
Thumbs up. Yep. Build that up. We got 11 thumbs up, 14 watching. Oh, there's
That's
3 people.
Awesome.
That's okay. That's lovely.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yep. Appreciate it, everybody.
We sure do. And, I know we end up with a lot of people in our circle, but we're always so welcoming of new people and glad to have you here making new friends. Della and Barbara, and thank you. We appreciate all of you newbies too. And I see that Della said hi to those that are greeting me. So that's where that came from. All right. Yeah, I have my video on 720, Fran. I don't, I have another laptop that is in the shop that I haven't dealt with yet. And this is my old Chromebook, so it does what it does,
Oh, thanks, Ann.
Oh, well, wonderful, Ann. Thank you.
Got an extra subscriber.
That's so awesome. Thank you. So that means I'm 2 away from the 300. That's awesome. It was like I blinked and it just happened because y'all know I started over last November. And I am glad to be here doing mixed media. Shall we get to it? I think I said all the things I needed to say. Oh, ventilation and sealing. I'm supposed to talk about those things. So when you work with alcohol ink, you want to make sure that you have some ventilation. I mean, don't do it in a closet. So don't, have a window open maybe. Well, you can breathe all the alcohol you want, I think, because they use that in medical stuff, but probably not any of the resin that's in the alcohol ink itself. So, just don't suck it up with a straw or anything. That's all. That's one way to do it. All right.
You are now at 299 subscribers.
You guys are awesome. Thank you. Yeah. I spoiled your closet plans, Amanda. That's awesome. You were going to sit and huff markers in the closet. Huffing your alcohol ink. So my secret sauce. Let's talk about No hand sanitizer is the same. They are not all created equal. This one is 62% alcohol. This one is 80. So, and don't drink this, by the way. No drinking this. This is not what this is for. It's not that kind of alcohol. But I do mix my sanitizer with isopropyl alcohol right here. Who can say that? Can you say that, Fran? Or Violet?
Isopropyl alcohol, but you have to remember that I worked as a medical transcriptionist for 15 years.
Oh, well, you're good at that. You're going to just say that from now on. Yeah. So this is 91%. And I have mixed it with the higher alcohol hand sanitizer. I have done it with this one, and that's fine too, but it just works better with this. We don't want soup on the plate. What we want is a surface that the alcohol ink will stick to and let us still have a little play. So we're going to have playtime. Okay. So I've got all those things out, and who needs blending solution? Not me. So vitamin E on the plate, make sure it's sticky. Give it a good rub down if it's not. And then, you can wipe it away. That first pull is going to be a little tricky. And I do have some paint out in case I do want to use some paint for a pull, which I might. It gives kind of a stucco feeling. It's nice. And then apparently alcohol ink can fade over time. So you might want to seal it depending on where it's going. If it is going to be exposed to light, seal it, but be careful of the solvent sealers because they might reactivate the alcohol. There are things just for alcohol ink. And I think the micro glaze, this stuff, let me grab it. This stuff right here might be enough. Just, keep that in mind if you're going to, I know Patricia and Mariah said they did some ornaments and they faded, but those were out in the light. So if it's going in a journal, it might not do that, depending on how you use it.
Let me catch up. Ann Lover, yay! Sarita Sales is here. Hi, Sarita.
Hi.
She said she subscribed before, but this is the first time she's caught you live.
Oh, thank you.
Barb says she makes her own hand sanitizer with 90% alcohol and aloe vera gel. Works great.
Oh, that's such a great idea.
Mo, if you're looking for vitamin E, they have vitamin E that is edible that you can actually, you would find it in the food aisle or at your, if you had a pharmacy, maybe in the food.
It's good for your hands too, or your skin or whatever. So in your pharmacy, you should have it.
I had sliced my hand on a broken glass. I had sliced my hand years ago, and I just butterflied it together. And a friend of mine said, well, once it starts healing, where it's not open, put vitamin E oil on it, and it will decrease the
scarring.
The scarring. Thank you. And actually, it has worked. I have a scar, but it could have been a lot worse because it was a very jagged cut.
I put it on my stomach when I was pregnant. Vitamin E oil.
Yeah, like shea butter or cocoa butter, they would say that, but the vitamin E oil is really good. But it does get absorbed into your body, so they have to make it again something that your body, it isn't a poison, isn't toxic, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's good for you. It's good for your skin.
Yeah.
And so far, I feel like it's good for the plate. It's worked. I mean, it's absorbed in there nicely. My plate is sticky again. It feels new again. I'm happy with it. I really am. I was using a coconut oil that was like a mix of coconut and mineral, and it came in a spray bottle. I got it at the Dollar Tree. And it was like a liquid coconut oil, and it worked great. So I just ran out of it.
And Fran asked, what was that paint? What kind of paint?
So this is just Sargent Art acrylic. It's just cheap. It came from Amazon. I just needed some white to mix with and to pull prints with. So I just picked this up. And then this is an apple barrel ivory. You don't need anything fancy or special because it's just to pull things with. And I didn't use it the whole time. I only used it when I let everything dry on the plate and it got to the point where I didn't want to mess with it anymore. I wanted to lock it in. I went ahead and pulled it with some paint. But for the most part, most of the prints that you saw on my Instagram and on Facebook were not pulled with paint. You can probably tell which ones were because of that stucco effect. I do have a few of these here, and any of the tools that you might have for your alcohol ink, it's a good time to use them, obviously, with alcohol ink. And I have a plug. Pixis, they need to like send me some free stuff for this, by the way. This is amazing. I love gold, and this bottle, I ran almost out of the small one that I got when I ordered a set of metallics that came with this because I wanted the snow cap. I was shocked at this gold. This gold, it separates like gold leaf, like the Tim Holtz, like the more expensive Tim Holtz gold ore. There are other metallics I haven't seen do that. The silver might, I haven't used it yet. But I went ahead and ordered the big bottle of this, and it was like 14 something for this big bottle.
What is the name of it again?
It's Pixis, Pixiss. And they sell alcohol ink it's a good alcohol ink. They sell it in sets, so you can get like all the greens for $14. You get all the reds for $14.
Oh.
It's nice the way they group them together. Although, you know, you might not want all green and you can't afford it all at once. It's just a great way to build up your collection. But this gold is amazing. I'm going to use it and you're going to see what I'm talking about with the gold leaf. It does some separating awesome things. Okay. Should we start painting? Should we do it? Shall I?
Yes, please. Ready? Please.
Any other questions before we get started?
I was going to run downstairs, sign into my Instagram.
Oh, okay.
So I can grab your link and post it. So you
that's wonderful.
Get over there and do something for these people.
Yeah, thank you. Mo, your body rejects things, so you have to be super careful. But for art, yes, you can absolutely wear gloves for this. I do not wear gloves. I think my messy hands meant that I had a good day. I hear the echo again. Oh, it went away. It just, I love having paint on my hands, having ink on my hands. It might not be good for me, but it sure feels good for my soul. So I never, ever care if I get, you know, like last time I was live, I had an inky finger because I had been working with blue alcohol ink on another project. And I do reach for the alcohol ink more than the paint. And I have a lot of paint, but I'm trying to really build my alcohol ink collection because I love playing with it. But it's not abnormal. Like that's a little ink. It's not abnormal for me to have ink or something on my hands, really. And I'm a chronic hand washer. But, you know, if you want to wear gloves, wear gloves. That's fine. Anyway, before we get to the stencils, I want to do a bit of, you know, to show how this works. So this is my spray, and it's about half and half of the hand sanitizer. That is 80%. You can use any percentage you want, but you're going to be happier with the results and not need the blending solution, really, if you do this. And then isopropyl alcohol. Did I say it right? And I do keep that in a squirty bottle too, and this is just a recycled bottle. So that's got alcohol in it as well. And I refilled my inks, or my white and my gold, so I don't need those right now. And those are some of my favorite colors. Let's choose colors first. So let's see. I got some new ones that came today in the mail. And I ordered 12 of them from, it was a, let's see, I've got boysenberry. I've got cobalt. And, you know, I love moss so much, but maybe not with that. How about a yellow with that? Should we do that? And then we'll go with some gold. So I'm just choosing those colors, and then I have the white and the gold next to me here. Hey, Margalo. Margalo's my neighbor. Oh, you've been waiting for it all day? Oh, thank you. Gigi, I'm probably moving too fast because that is definitely something I would do. Definitely. Okay, so I'm going to spray this on here. And I like it in a spray bottle because it just kind of spreads it out more for me. And I get to control how much is on there. I saw somebody using hand sanitizer and they put it on straight and then they just kind of rolled it all off. And I don't want to do that. I want splotches and fun blooms and, all that. I'm going to take the darkest color first. Now, I don't profess to be an expert at this. I've done this once and I spent all day so excited I almost wet my pants. Seriously, almost wet my pants. It was so fun. And I've been waiting to do this again. Boy, that does look like boysenberry, doesn't it? It's like squished berries. So I'm just moving around some color. And with each layer, it's going to affect the alcohol ink. I use alcohol ink on other weird things like metals and 3D projects, assemblage projects, things like that. So it's something I reach for all the time. I just love the effect. I love making rust with it. So I'm going to move that around some more.
See, now you've got my attention.
So what happens when I spray it is it creates more cells. I already got it on me. And I also refresh to make sure that I have a wet, juicy plate here so that things will move around. I got your attention. How?
You said rust and grunge. I love rust and grunge.
That's definitely always my goal. Rust and grunge. Now see what's happening, these little fingers here? I love that. I'm going to give it another little squirt. That is the secret sauce right there, by the way. I'm going to add a little bit of yellow in here.
Yep.
I'm going to make some green.
Thanks,
Did I say?
I posted your Instagram, but it turns out that it's not coming up. People would have to highlight and paste it because it turns out that you obviously, I guess you have to go into YouTube and make me a mod.
Oh, I thought so.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I thought Fran and I did
do it here on
StreamYard.
On StreamYard. Yeah.
Well, you just keep doing with your inks and come back to it. Don't worry about it at the moment.
So I'm adding this in, and you do have to shake it. And I added a couple little beads to the bottle because there are like BBs in the bottom of the other one, the big bottle. So you really need something to help because it settles. But see how it's separating like the gold ore does? And when you add more colors to it, it spreads it out and it kind of gives it around all the edges. It's just, it's lovely. It really is.
Cool. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Kelly.
Hey, ladies. How are you?
Kathy from Kathy's World and Kelly Cameron of Kelly's Color Studio.
I'm so glad to have you here. Thank you. So I want to add some more of this.
And Mo says, ooh, ah, Sharon. Ooh, ah.
It is exciting, though. It is. Yeah. When we start getting paper on here, it gets way more exciting even. So I'm going to give this another spray and watch it create all those little cells again with that magic secret sauce.
Welcome, and then everyone.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm going to add some more of this and let it push out that color. It does less mixing and more pushing, really.
Oh, wow.
So when we, now I'm not doing a stencil right now because I want to show what happens when you put all the goo on the plate. And next we will do a stencil. But really play with it and figure out what you like and what it'll do for you, what properties. Now I do have watch what happens. So when I just put the alcohol on there, it's going to dry it out faster.
Okay,
And
let me interrupt.
go ahead.
The bottom left corner that you're dropping, that you were
Mhm.
dropping on, it's got a light on it. And so we're getting a glare back. I don't know if
I
anyone
see it.
else has
I
noticed.
see it.
Yep.
Let me
And
move it.
so we're not getting to see truly what you're doing there. It still
Wonder
looks
what
good.
happens if I move it this way.
To the right.
Oh, I wish I could do that. I didn't have this problem before, so I don't know what's happening. Well, that's the best I can do right there.
Let me see.
So I got a new shelf a couple weeks ago. I don't remember if I think it was after my last live, but I got the new shelf and put it on my desk. It's really tall. It's got all these little cubes, and as soon as it's done, I will share what it looks like. It's pretty cool. But it did move my camera just to the hair, a hair to the
Yep.
left.
So
So
you're more under, you've got an overhead light
yes,
and you're more
I
under that.
do.
Yeah, exactly.
So that light I hung myself, I can move it. It's got a hook, but I also haven't played on the gel plate live for a long time. It's been a couple years. So I'm going to add a little more blue here. So we're going to end up with tags. I'm not worrying about one composition. I'm worrying about having some moments of beauty here, and
Ooh,
playing and showing you what can be done, how it
wow.
behaves. If we don't experiment, we don't find new things. That's just how it goes.
Yep.
Got to experiment.
Message from Margalo.
Oh, I love Margalo. She's my neighbor.
Sharon, I sent you video and an email showing you what I made with the purple things you sent me.
Oh, good. I sent her a challenge kit because she lives down the road from me.
Wow.
She bought my last journal. Well, no, the one before last, the one that had the castle top that I made. Um, and so I sent her a purple challenge kit, and I love making kits. That's really fun for me. So let's
Yeah.
see. We need more gold. I
Bridget
can't wait to see it.
Plunk. Hi, Bridget Plunk.
Hey,
Welcome,
Bridget.
welcome.
Glad you're here.
And Estella.
So the beauty of the alcohol ink on the plate, you get to use all the paper you want, any paper you want. You don't have to use Yupo, which I don't even own Yupo. I've always just used photo paper, but this you can use any paper and none of it goes to waste. It just keeps on giving. So I'm going to spray this again because it needs some
I have
more.
I have never seen so much ink in one area and not turn into mud. This is looking beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
And
Hello,
and I
Stella.
yeah. And I have a question. You said you use photo paper. Photo paper is covered with a has a coating on it.
Right.
And I wondered the alcohol didn't affect that, didn't turn it
Nope.
mushy or
Nope.
you know.
And then I like to die cut them and emboss them just the same. That's what I've always used with the alcohol ink if I use paper. I mean, I use it on metal stuff and things like that all the time, or I make rust with it. But otherwise, I've just used photo paper.
Wow. And
We
I
could do
have
that
to
another
have
day when I'm not doing the gel plate with it. But now that I've discovered that this is possible, this is just like a dream come true, honestly. The way that it behaves on here is there's just so many possibilities and ways to experiment with this. I really love it. So I'm going to give this a good spray here, and I'm going to go in with some of these tags. Now these tags that I was talking about, they have a side that's smoother and a side that feels a little bit more absorbent. So it's really up to you, the kind of, if it's smoother, if it's slickier, you're going to get
right.
more drag and more like smears. But if it's just the absorbent side, you're going to get more of, the locked in place design that you're after. Now, see, I'm loving what's happening right here. So I'm going to give this a go.
Well,
And I'm
that
just
was
going to,
my Fran says that well, let me catch up.
Okay.
Ushi Stoffels Arctic. I hope I said that correctly and didn't butcher it.
Hey, Ushi.
A quick hello. Here it is the middle of the night. And Fran says that P says don't use photo paper on the gel plate. I must ask her why.
Yeah, I would like to know why too, because
Yeah.
I've not done it because like I said, I've discovered the gel plate and alcohol ink just this last week and had so much fun playing with it. I've always used this mix, but I've never used photo paper on the gel plate.
And
So
then
I'm
we
just making
have
sure it's wet enough here.
hello, Latardo.
Oh, hey. Now, see, I never say her name right. It's her first initial and her last name actually. So
Oh,
I need the first name because I don't remember. I'm so sorry. Is it Lisa?
Leanne. It's
Well, there
Leanne.
we go.
There you go.
Oh, photo paper sticks to the plate. Good to know. That is good to know. So the reason I'm leaving these here for a minute is because I want it to lock that in place. If you pull them too soon and it feels squishy, wait. Unless you want that look where it drags a little. Do you see the lines? Because it'll get that dendritic sort of, did I say that right? Um, Sort of look.
Yeah.
If you leave it for a minute, then you're going to get, see, that was still a little wet. Still got these little streaks, but they're in gold. Do you see
So
that?
so Fran says, so those cards are not photo paper?
No, they are not.
No.
These are the
Okay.
ones that I bought on Amazon that came on the ring, and you get 4 of these stacks. They're actually bigger than this, so there's a lot of them, and
And
they were so cheap.
Kelly says, do you know what's going to happen? This is going to look great. I'm going to lose my mind and have to try it. Great. There's another rabbit hole. It's all your fault.
This really is going to send me down a rabbit hole. I was always kind of afraid to try it because I was like, that'll stain my plate. But I really don't care. For these results, look at that.
Right. I want to
I
get a
mean,
second plate. So if I ruin
yeah.
it, yeah.
Or make your own. I haven't tried it on the homemade plate yet, but I do have a lot of those. It
Yep.
was really wet right there because I sprayed it. So I have all those beautiful little lines.
And Della asks, what size plate are you using and what size cards?
Okay, this is an 8x10. I'm going to pull out some other papers too. These are not going to be all I'm using. I just had these on my desk first, just for these examples before we pull our
Thank
stencils
you,
out.
Ushi. Ushi's going to go to sleep
Oh,
and come back for the replay. Thank you.
Ushi, thank you. And I will see you online. Yeah, we chat there all the
Hi,
time.
Gretchen. I
Hey,
must have
Gretchen.
missed you.
Thank you, Gretchen. Look at how the color separates out and you can see the little gold flakes like it's the gold on the edge there. Can you see it? It's like a gold leaf. That's
Yeah.
how it ends up actually. Nothing goes to waste too. The plate will keep on giving. Look at that. That almost looks like butterfly wings. I
Ooh.
love how diagonal it became.
Okay, so then that obviously that takes me to you've done this. Have you done it with stencils?
Yes, that was the only thing.
Oh.
I mean, I can't wait to keep experimenting, but I did this with stencils this week and I did share some of my results. So I'm going to spray this again because I want to, it's once it locks on there and dries, you can pull it with paint or you can keep spraying it and getting it to give back. So I'm going to do that. And I
Right.
love the little cells it creates. So I'm going to go ahead and keep going.
So hi, Lee's Art Studio. Well, there's always replay. If you feel you've missed too much, you can always go back, but you're right
Hi,
on time.
Kathy.
Um,
Oh,
let's
you can't.
see.
You look at this. I mean, there's no mud. This could have been mud right here, but it's actually beautiful. Can you see that? It's like
Gorgeous.
this is it. It just like is gift from the universe.
Yeah,
That's how
you
I feel about
deactivated.
it.
And Kelly wants to know what will you be doing with these tags, and Fran wants to know what kind of material are the cards.
They are like cardstock, but they come this way. They are heavier. They're made for flashcards.
Okay, Leanne.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, come back and catch the replay. Well, I really appreciate you. I do.
So just cardstock?
They're just cards. Well, they're I don't know. They don't even say they feel like cardstock, but they are smoother on one side than the other. Look at that. And there's some extra little bitty things happening right there. It's just there's just so much detail in there.
Okay, exact. Anne wants to know exact measurements of cards, please.
Okay, we can do that. And I will put the link
Doesn't
on
it? Kelly says it
Facebook.
looks like pansies, and I agree.
It looks
Yeah,
like what?
there's pansies.
Oh yeah, it kind of does have that. And as they dry, they're going to look a little different. I'm going to pull one out that I just had that's already dry. I'm looking for the right. There it is.
And Gretchen wants to know how long does it take to dry once you pull the
Oh,
print?
moments. Only moments.
I was going to
That's
say there's alcohol involved, so it's got
right.
to be, yeah.
Only takes moments. But don't that's why you don't want to put straight hand sanitizer on there. It'll take longer for it to dry. I mean, it doesn't take forever. It's not like gel plate patience with paint. This takes no patience at all. So this is 6 inches by 3.5.
There you go.
And like I said, cardstock, smooth on one side, more absorbent maybe on the other, although it is absorbent on that side. It's just smoother. And I will add a link to my Facebook so that you guys can see on Amazon if they're still available.
Okay,
And
wonderful.
I got like 400 of them or something. I mean, maybe it was 200. It was a lot of cards, and I've been using them forever. So these ones are dry now
No,
already.
Fran asked, have you tried watercolor paper? And Ushi says, I think it is a little bit like a ticker watercolor paper.
Huh. Yeah, I did try the watercolor paper because I have a bucket that I throw papers in with different textures that are like more like this size, like scraps, thinking, okay, I want to try that on the gel plate. I want to try that. It's a lot of packaging. It's a lot of maybe there's some foil in there, different kinds of tissue, rice paper, watercolor paper, but it's my offcuts that I throw in there. So it's always a guess which paper is this. But I know I like it.
There
So
you
do you
go.
see the spots in there that I picked up? Can you see the little cells
Yeah.
that happened? And then right here, I've got these gold stripes. It's just, it's so wonderful.
Take that card and tilt it, the one with the blues and the spots and the stripes. Tilt that a little bit, and we can see those stripes really pop. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Turn it, tilt it just a hair to your, there you go.
Look at
Wow.
that.
I hope y'all can see that.
And there's a bird. I mean, that's like a gift from the universe, right? See that bird? That's amazing. I collect birds and I love them. And that just looks like a bird to me. Looks like a gift. Here's the first one we pulled.
Shimmers.
See that?
Fran says, so what were your results with watercolor paper?
Same thing. You lock it in and it absorbs. And a lot of them, these ones don't go through because they're smooth on one side. But most of what I pulled did go through onto the other if the plate was really wet. So,
Ooh, interesting.
I mean, there's a lot of every paper is going to give you a different result, and you just have to try it. I mean, see if you like it, but it'll keep giving. I like look at all the ink that's left on that plate, and I've got all of these beautiful cards. You see that?
So
I love this.
You could just spritz some more alcohol on there, move it around a little bit,
Right.
and get a whole new.
Because it's dry now, totally
Yeah.
dry.
Yeah.
I could put some tissue on here and pick some of that up. I could put paint on it and pull it, but I'm going to leave it, and we're going to, there's that bird right there. I see it. So I'm going to put these to the side. They're all dry now. That's the other thing. You don't have to like all these different spaces to dry stuff. It's,
Oh yeah, Fran. often she blocks herself in because she's tossed it on the floor next to her while it dries, and then she can't move.
Right. Right. I mean, I'll pick every surface and then hope my cat doesn't walk across it. So I'm just like putting it all over. I'm not worrying about a composition. I'm going to hope for moments. I need to stop putting my lids back on right away because I don't need to.
Yeah.
Tim says you can leave them off and they're designed that way.
Leanne asks, do you find the need to condition your plate after playing with alcohol on it?
Yes, I would. And that's
There
where
you
I
go.
put the vitamin E on, or, I mean, definitely do that because the alcohol is drying. Just like alcohol would dry out your skin, alcohol is going to dry out your gel plate.
Right.
So if you see it's not moving and you want it to move, give it a spray.
I'm seeing more pansies.
Yeah. I never use things the way they're supposed to be used. I always, don't read the directions and just do it my own way, So that's how we come up with new things. You got to, stretch, try new things.
Yep.
I mean, I tried this on my 5x7 first because I was worried, a little bit worried that it would hurt it. So,
well, the thing is what I always forget is there's two sides to a gel plate.
yeah, there are. And as long as it's giving me the results that I want, I don't care if it gets a little stained.
Right.
But I mean, it did all come off, but there was a yellow overall tint. And that's okay with me. As long as it still works, I don't care.
Mo, did you see Fran's message to you? Can you use baby oil? Because that works too.
You can, yeah. And mineral oil, any of the above.
Mineral oil. Yeah.
Yeah. Now you can use your brayer on it, but I mean, if you want to put one color on and brayer it on, you can. But I like all the little cells. Look at how pretty that is right there with the blue and purple mixed together.
Yep.
I'm going to get this. Oh, I have a tip about that too. These are for photo, like to clean off your lens. So it actually has a different size nozzle and it works a little bit differently, but they're really cheap. You get like 3 of them for the price of one of these. So if you don't have this one and you want something to move your juice around, get one of these.
My husband has something like that, but it's for cleaning his ears.
Oh yeah. Well, and the baby's nose. Same. Same.
Yeah, I think it's yeah. I think it's the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I can't use it because I'm pretty sure I'll poke my eye out, but yeah.
That's what happens if I eat with my left hand.
You miss your mouth, right?
Oh, that was a weird sound. Did you hear that weird electronic sound?
No.
Huh, that was weird.
I missed it. Must be the lag. I'm loving all this color you're putting on there, and it's just, I mean, Kathy, you never know. You gotta practice. You didn't
try. Yeah.
Kathy just needs somebody to sit next to her and say, "No, don't do that," and "Yes, do that." No, don't do that. That's awesome.
Kathy, are you having trouble?
She makes mud, she says, on a gel plate. She has no luck.
I recommend starting with 2 colors. Until you get comfortable with your alcohol ink, which I'm not a, pro, I'm just I only have the 3 colors in front of me and the gold and white. So, I mean, I'm sure I could make some mud if that's what we were looking for, but I also like mud. So I don't mind brown at all. I don't hate it. Look what happens to that gold can you see it? Look what happens. It just separates out like gold leaf. It's wonderful.
And Fran would like to know, what's the black one? What is it called?
This is cobalt blue, not black.
Okay. Is that what you wanted to know, Fran? And Gretchen says, could you blow through a straw to move it?
You can, but you can suck it up and hurt yourself. So
yeah, well, I have not only that, but I've done that, and I'm getting older and I need every breath, and I don't puff it out if I don't have to.
No passing out, please.
Yeah, the passing out thing. It's like hyperventilating. Doesn't work for
Yeah,
me.
yeah. None of that now. So
Right?
I've got these
Wow.
version stencils here from PM Artist Studio. There's a lot of ink
Oh,
on this plate.
the puffy thing is called a puffy thing. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know.
it is a, I don't know. I don't know what they're called. They come in camera kits. So I just, look up air blower,
Yeah, they're
camera lens cleaners, or
yeah, they're used to
um,
blow the dust off of a camera lens.
alcohol ink supplies, or yeah. So I'm going to put these on here now while it's a little bit wet, because and these are going to be separate things. So I'm not worried about their ultimate composition. It'll be more for collage, or I need some big pieces here, don't I? Ah, so I just want to take a little bit of that ink off before it dries and get down in the little holes there. I don't know what this tissue came from. I don't want that one. Let's use one of these. I don't want to lose my button.
Yes, a turkey baster works too, Fran.
Let's just get down in there and get some of that off
a turkey
there.
baster would work.
Oh yeah, it would. So I just, I'm not like pressing it on there. I'm just trying to pick up a little bit of that ink.
I'm not sure what it's called, Fran. It would be yeah.
And it was partially dry, so I'll keep going at that. Look at how pretty that color is right there.
Wow.
But I was just, kind of doing some pickup there to try to get down in all those little spaces. Now I'm going to spray it while those are on there and see if I can't do that again with another piece, because I really want to get more of the goodies in the little gaps there. But I don't want it to be all squishy. You can feel it when that happens.
So I'm expecting to see the color get all blurry and runny underneath the stencil and not really show a stencil.
Because the stencil will suction down to the plate.
Okay.
That's what happens with a stencil on a gel plate anyway. I mean, that's what makes it such a good pair, because that stencil really gets sucked down there.
Air dust blower. There you go, Fran. Air dust blower. But I'm thinking the turkey baster would be the easiest thing to find.
Look at that.
Wow.
Okay, now I'm going to pull these off and see what we've got. Oh, see, and those aren't going to go to waste. I'm going to let them dry, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do with these, because there's color, hopefully, on all of it.
That second piece of paper looked like like there was a dancer on it. Oh,
really?
Wow. Yeah. Don't mind me. Lack of sleep, I can imagine anything.
Colors are gorgeous.
They are.
That gold on there, I don't know if you can see it, but they're gorgeous.
That's what I said, Kathy. That's what my husband has. He uses it to suck the water out of his ears after he takes a shower.
So I'm letting this dry real quick, and it only takes a minute. Where you have to have patience for your gel plate, this only takes a minute. So I can either, and I'm going to have choices when it dries. When you add more alcohol ink to it, you're reactivating all of it. When you add paint, you're lifting the whole thing, but you have to wait for it to dry completely. You can add, if you have your spray bottle, you can add this and lift it. But you might get that runny effect if you don't leave it there for a minute. So those are going to be some options that I found to work with, depending on the result I'm after. I've got papers everywhere, though, I'll tell you that. Nothing drying, but papers everywhere.
Very cool. Fran, did you see what Kelly posted? The directions that come with the gel plate said not to use glossy paper. It sticks too well. It may tear or stick to the plate. Maybe that's why P said no photo paper.
Oh, right here. So I've got some cardstock here.
Okay.
Just it's just Hammermill printer cardstock. Um, and I'm going to go ahead and pull the whole thing this time with some paint. And it's going to leave a little behind too, so I'm going to get a couple pulls out of it. And then we'll deal with these because I'm going to spray these with alcohol ink and put them back on paper because that ink is not wasted there. Or I can use them again and hope that they leach out some more of their color because it reactivates itself.
Well, what you said about if you have a lack of patience, this works great because it's ready so quickly. Now you've been talking and it's sitting there and everything. So how, I guess, oh, never mind.
Just
I went
until you
over.
touch it and it feels dry. That's it.
Yep.
I mean, it just
Yep.
takes a few minutes or less, depending on how much of the goo you have on your plate or
Yeah.
how high the alcohol content is or what the humidity is in your room. I mean, there's a lot of factors that play in, but most of that is going to be your alcohol ink or your
Right.
I'm sorry, your isopropyl percentage and your percentage on your hand sanitizer. And
Okay, everybody stand up and cheer. She said it correctly. Yay!
I said it. Oh my
You
gosh.
said it. Can't let that pass. Come on.
So I deplore waste. And one of the good things about this is you're not wasting any of this because you're not rolling it alcohol ink off on your brayer. I mean, it's just paint I'm rolling off here. And I don't want to overdo it because I feel like maybe a couple spots weren't dry and it looks a little pink. I'm going to go ahead and lay my paper down now.
Yep.
I should have rolled it out more, but I don't want to lose what I have going on.
Woohoo, Fran. Cheapo. Yeah. Save on turkey basters and so you can buy more paint. Yay.
That's right. I would rather.
Yeah.
That's where the money goes, right?
Yep.
So while this is absorbing this real quick on this cardstock, because this will take a minute because there was paint involved and I left it a little thick so I didn't lose any of it. I'm going to go ahead and deal with these real quick here. I'm going to set this off to the side. I've got it on a whiteboard so I can do that for that reason. So these guys right here.
You have your autofocus on.
What?
You have your autofocus on.
Should I not have it on?
That might be, I was just watching you go in and out. It was trying to find you. And I wonder if that's what's making it blurry. Yeah. You don't need it unless you don't need it.
Is that in the settings?
Okay. How about we don't worry about it today if it's an issue and we'll just keep doing and we'll write it down for the next one.
Okay. Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Okay.
I don't want to break your rhythm. You're on a roll there.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Okay, for this one, I think what I'm going to do is find one of these circular PM Artist Studio stencils that I have here. And I'm on the smaller plate. So I know that it's going to release this color when I lay it back down if I lay it on anything that's solvent based. So like the alcohol, any of the inks, it's going to reactivate itself. So I kind of want to get some of that color off on there and see if I can't get it on top of the circle. I haven't done this. I've done the one stencil, but I haven't done the two, and I'm going to try it. Why not?
Oh,
Okay.
Darcy's here. Hi, Darcy.
Hey, Darcy. So I'm going to give it a good spray first, and I do have it on a piece of, it's just a lid to something, so I can move it. I'm going to spray it with the secret sauce that I've dubbed it, and I want to get some white on there. So I'm going to do the white first because I want to get some more pastel-y, opaque sort of colors. And I think this time I'm actually going to try to roll that out a little bit just to spread it out so that my colors kind of do that thing with the pastel. Okay. And then I'm going to, we want different colors this time because that's got purple on it. I want it to be like a lighter color. Gosh, I hate pink, but we might have to go with something light. Maybe I'll just stick with the yellow. I hate pink, and the new set I got has pink in it. I don't
No
like it.
pink. No, 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 no pink. Mo is here. No pink.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm not a pink fan either.
Yeah.
I'm really not. So there's the yellow. I'm gonna give it another squirt so it spreads out.
So we're still on alcohol inks.
We're still, yes, we're gonna stay on alcohol ink.
Okay.
That's the plan. The only time I'm gonna use pink
Wow.
is if I'm pulling a print.
Pulling a print. Okay.
So this is freshly oiled. You can see where it's kind of beating up
Yep.
because I gave it a good soak and I never even wiped it down after its bath. But that's okay because I like the separation and it's going to absorb because we're doing this. So then I'm going to add gold. I like gold. Gold goes in everything. Make me happy. Gold and copper, but this is the only one that's like gold leaf, and that's why I'm going to keep using that. And then I'm going to add whatever mixes with yellow. I don't want to overpower this. Look at all that gold doing fun things on there.
I'm looking at that going, I'm also thinking, ooh, copper. Where's the copper?
Yeah, well, the copper doesn't do the fun things the gold does, though.
No?
I mean, I can. I have copper. I'm not as happy with the pearls at all. I don't like the pearls. Copper right here. So I'm going to mix that up good because it's got the beads in it.
I suspect copper would probably.
It's more glittery.
Yeah, but it probably gives you what you want if you use acrylic paints rather than the inks.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, it's just more glittery. I feel like it's just got glitter in it more than anything. The other one acts like a gold leaf. Do you see what it's doing on the plate? Yeah. And I think this has a lot of oil on it because it's the first pull after the condition. So it's separating more than it will.
Let's see. Wow.
Do you see the copper's all kind of sparkly glittery? Especially with the
mica. Maybe mica in there or something. Yeah, I don't know.
It is. Absolutely.
What I see is probably not as well as what you're seeing, but I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Well, I don't want to waste that. That was a lot of good gold.
Oh.
And because I had that white on there, the copper just wants to mix with it. And then the white surrounds every little particle and it becomes like a new sort of color. Okay. So I'm going to lay this on here. And because it has that oil bath on it and I didn't wipe it down, it's going to be a little different this pull than future pulls, but we'll see.
Okay.
So I'm going to lay this down and see if we can't pick up a print. Wow. And I'm going to add some, let's take a little bit of that off of there. And then I'm going to add some moss green, I think, because that's another new color to introduce. No. I don't want to get it all. I just want to take some of it away so that when I add the moss, ooh, I don't hate that. Let's put some of this on here.
Right, Leslie? Me too.
What?
Leslie says she could see Fran and Mo yelling out their windows, I hate pink. They were going to.
Yeah.
They're the anti-pink brigade. Yeah.
I don't dislike raspberry. I like raspberry. Raspberry's nice. Just not like pastel-y, sort of pink.
Yes, we don't hate pink. We would just rather it was locked in a box and buried underground. I agree. I'm not a pink fan.
I agree.
It might be good to blend in something, but it doesn't need to be dominant.
No. And I'm just trying to hit the stencil here. I'm just mixing that up to get that lightest green because the moss does fun things in the white. And I just want some contrast when I go to put this on here. So I don't want to waste that. I'm going to roll it off on the side here. Boy, it makes a pretty color.
Oh, their stencils are Artist Studio stencils are terrific. They are just so great.
So I'm going to pull that off, and I'm going to wait just a moment for that to kind of lock up. It
Wow.
looks like I lost some of my pattern as I pulled it up, but that's only because the plate was extra moist. I hate using that word. The plate was extra
Juicy?
vitamin E oil juicy because I just conditioned it. But I'm still going to get that. I mean, when you pull the print, you're going to see more of the detail that you don't see, you know. It just, that's how it works. So with this being as wet as it is, I'm just going to flip it over right on here. Side, that side,
Okay.
and roll it. And then if I don't get everything off of it, all I do is spray it with alcohol and it'll pull it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look.
Let's see. Let's see.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I love that.
It's so pretty in person.
Yep.
The way the colors mix together and the gold that's on there, and oh, it's
You
so
did
pretty.
good.
I love that moss. It's just the new set I got, I chose it. It was a 4-pack of 3s. So 4 different packs of 3 each, and it had moss in it. So that's why I got it. Look at how pretty it is here on the stencil too. Oh, almost want to use that in a project.
Right?
I don't want to waste a stencil, but wow.
Right? You look at how you did that.
Right.
I mean, that's a piece of art right there.
It is. It really is. It looks
Yeah.
rusty. It's all rusty on these sides. Oh, so
Yeah.
pretty.
Thank you,
So,
Brad and Mariah. That's Brad and Mariah did that. That's so cool.
yes, they did such a good job.
Okay.
Do I need to say hello to anyone else?
Who came in? Did anybody come in?
Just make sure.
I think you're caught up.
Oh,
Bridget,
good.
I think was delayed. No, Bridget was
Good,
here.
good.
No.
So because that was an extra oily plate and it did that thing, I'm not getting the definition that I wanted. So I want to start again with that because I really want that to be on. So I'm going to pull this. I like it enough that I'm going to pull it and try to get all those colors. And then I'll have a background that I can pull something else with. So that's fine. And let's get that stucco effect, right? Stucco.
Yeah.
Stucco. Here we come. And I'll use tags on this. Those pretty little tags. That paint's not the best, but I mean it's fine for pulls.
It does it for the polls, right?
Yeah, it's fine for this. The only reason why it's doing that, see how it's kind of separating? That's the oil
Yep.
on the,
Right. It's beating up. Yeah.
and that's just because I didn't wipe it down first. So I'm going to lay these on here, and then we're going to get that other plate out and see how it's doing because it should be done. The only reason why it needed to sit was because of the paint. Boy, that is really squishy. Okay, let's see how this is because I bet it's done. Are you ready? I'm ready. I'm so excited. Let's find out. It still feels a little damp. Have I told you about my favorite tool? This is it's an antique one, but I'm sure that they have new ones that are going to look similar to this.
It looks like a
But
cigarette roller.
it's a rubber sander. It's got little nails in it right here, and you can
Oh.
put whatever on the bottom. And I've put a piece of felt. I have antique rolls of upholstery fabric, and this is a felt from one of those rolls.
You
But
made
it's
a brayer.
I did. It's really heavy though, and it feels good in your hands. It's got these little grooves, but it's heavy. So I use this when I'm gluing stuff. That's why there's glue on the bottom of it too. Probably needs to change out the felt soon. But when I glue something, I lay that on there and it holds it down so I don't have to hold it. Plus, it makes, and this is why I made it in the first place, was for this because it's nice and heavy. It feels good in my hand. And it looks cool. I mean, that looks cool. It's got little cracks all over it. I have 4 of them.
Wow.
I ordered them online from a dude. So because we picked that up with paint will fuzz out your lines a little bit. It won't be as crisp as if it was just alcohol ink.
Wow.
But that'll get cut up and used in things because, I wasn't after a specific composition. I was after beautiful color on the page.
I love it. I love it. Let's take a look at the gel plate. What does the gel plate look like now?
Totally clean because I let it sit on there for a minute. Totally clean. So let's look at the other one. This one is not my favorite. Out of all my prints, not my favorite because I wasn't trying to do a composition. I had a plan. But, I mean, that works. Let's see what we're doing with this. I'm just going to set that on there. See if these are too wet. So.
Kelly asked, what will you use the tags for?
Oh, well, that's fun because everything. I keep a tin on my desk. I have 3 of them, these, and it's full of these for me to use at arm's reach, when I want to make something. They can go in journals. They can go in your art journal. Right now, I'm making something for the PM Artist Studio collaboration. The latest one is Let It Rain, and I have something I'm using these in. So, anything you want. And my soul.
Yeah, exactly.
My soul.
Just because.
Yeah. And I make other 3D things, but I also like to do things like this. I mean, why do artists paint on canvas? Or look at that. Look at the gold on there. It looks like it's even standing up right here. It looks like gold leaf.
Wow.
Hopefully that'll be what it needs to. Oh, I can see that stencil in there. What it needs to get the rest of that oil off. Look at how beautiful that is. And it really does look like gold leaf.
Okay, we have to put up the bottle again of the gold.
Okay, we can do that.
So everybody can get
this one. And it comes with the little bottles to refill these. It comes with a few of them, and the funnel. So it's Pixis, Pixiss, and it's the best gold. And it's like $14 for this bottle, 4 ounces. Plus,
and you got it on Amazon?
Yes, I got it on Amazon. Plus, I got a set that had all these metallics, not that one, all the metallics, which are Pixis. And that's how I discovered this gold. And it came with the snow cap, with the 4 ounce snow cap. And I needed this, and I thought, well, I'll just try their metallics. Okay, and there's another one too. Oh, it's a pearl right here.
And Mo says the pics you posted in Makers using this technique were wonderful, Sharon. I could look at them all day long.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. Yeah. I really almost peed. I told my mom how exciting it was when I spent the day playing with these. And she said, do you need me to bring you some Depends? Because it's our running joke. We go to the thrift store when she comes to town, and she always teases that she's going to bring some Depends because we get so excited.
Yep.
We have really good thrift stores here. Look at that gold on there. That's just, picking up. So I'm going to just leave that on there. I may decide to just go in with alcohol ink right back on there and get some good grunge. But I want to work on the 8x10 plate. So I'm going to pull this aside. And put it where? And put it here. All right. These are just so fun. These tags are perfect for this too. I do have that bin next to me with all the random stuff in it as well. So let's go ahead and maybe those tags we just did, maybe I can still do that on those. Let's do that. So I'm going to spray my magic mix on here and see if I can't pick up the alcohol or the alcohol ink that's already on these, because it's already, I want to reactivate it. Make sure it's on there good.
Do you want to repeat what your magic mix is to those
My
who
magic
were here
mix,
early? Yeah, your secret
that
sauce.
is hand sanitizer, half and half, and it's 80%, but you can use lower. Just know that all hand sanitizer will have a different percentage, depending on the brand, and if it's medical grade or like this stuff from Bed Bath and Beyond or Bath and Body or whatever is 62%, and this one's 80. So I have in here the 80 and the 91. The higher the alcohol, the faster it'll dry, the better it'll react with your alcohol ink. I think it has to be like 71 or higher that's what Tim Holtz says about the Ranger alcohol inks. But anyway, it's half and half in a spray bottle.
So it's half alcohol,
right,
and half hand sanitizer, which is
right,
80%, about 80% alcohol.
right.
Okay.
So I just put those on there, let it reactivate, and leave that back on the plate. Hopefully, that's the goal. Otherwise, I can spray my paper and put my paper directly on whatever I want to reactivate. So maybe I should try that. Maybe I should see with a piece of paper, actually, if I can do that here, just to see if it picks up on this side. Let's just do it. Look at that. It's going to. And now I have half butterflies. I just wanted to see. I was trying to get this guy right here.
I know you explained why, but I'm going to let you do it again. Fran wants to know, why not just use isopropyl alcohol?
Because it will just absorb immediately. If you use it with the hand sanitizer, it's a gel. So that gel is going to stay on the plate longer. It's going to give the alcohol ink a time to react and play, and you can use your blower and do all that stuff. If you have to put so much alcohol on here, it's just going to run off. You want the gel to keep it on the plate and make it movable, I guess.
Right. Give it a little more extra time to move it around. Yep.
Right.
Add drying time, or decrease the drying.
So I'm pulling these off. So there's still alcohol on there, or alcohol ink on there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to see if I can get this on here. Can you guys see? Okay. Let's put that on there and give it a roll and see if anything comes off.
If anything.
I'm just using the tag that had the least amount of alcohol ink on it.
Right.
So you have time to play and dilly-dally, but you don't. I mean, you can re-wet it. You can put more alcohol on it, or you can use it quickly. I mean, if it does dry, you can spray it again. See how this left this behind, just that what was on the butterfly? And there he is.
Yep.
Okay. So let's pull that off. Ooh. So after these get good and soaked, they'll leave more behind also. So I don't want to mess that up. All I'm going to do, well, that'll mess it up. I do want to pull those though. I'm thinking, because you've got to, there's some figuring out involved, because if you re-wet it, it's going to move.
Right.
Putting paint on it might be the way to go if you want to lock it in place. I don't want it to move a bunch, and this will keep it from moving too much. So let's just try it. Let's see how much it makes it move. It moves less with the hand sanitizer. So let's give it a try, and then I'll just pick it up with those tags.
Okay.
Quickly. I'm going to do this quickly.
All right.
Okay. All right. Maybe.
You never know what will happen.
I'm doing one butterfly at a time, and I'm not going to give it a chance to go anywhere. I think this one's a moth. And I hope it picks it up. It did not, but I did get some color. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this and get some pieces of wing at
Oh,
least.
that's nice. Happy accidents are nice too.
Oh, I am always good about that. Life
Yeah.
is an experiment, isn't it?
Yeah, that's where you need the depends. Happy accidents.
That's right. You know what? I'm going to just go ahead and play on here. That's
Okay.
the end of that.
Okay.
So before, when I reused these, all I did was take them straight to the paper. But with me talking, I'm going to just let them do their thing and leach onto here as I use them. So let's put them on the plate. Let's put them on the way I'm going to use them. So I'm going like this because I'm going to be putting tags on the plate, right?
Right.
So I'm just
So,
thinking in sections right now.
yep. And you know what I like the way P did it is she actually went off the plate with the wings at times, and it really,
I do like that.
yeah, it was really cool.
I'm thinking in tags, and when I add the tags here, how they fit on here as according to the size of these butterflies. So it's going to be a little different. And I'm going to, for giggles, I'm going to add this in because I'm going to have separate compositions and maybe another small one. Like this is my favorite one from them with the fleur-de-lis all the way
Yeah.
around. So pretty. So let's get, so what's going to happen is this, let's move this over. What's going to happen is we're going to end up seeing some other little ghost butterflies, butterfly wings like that one right there.
Uh-huh.
So this gets it good and stuck to the plate if you put that on the plate first. I did discover that much at least. And then I'm going to go in with some red this time. Does red sound good? Sounds good to me.
As long as it's a dark red and no pinkish red.
It is. Or we go with red pepper. How's that? So I want to spray these. And they're gonna let go of a little color. And then I want to add. So this means if I use red, I can't use white where I've used red. That's just, or I'm gonna have pink.
Yep.
So I'm gonna, I went right off the edge. I'm gonna add purple and I'm gonna add blue also. And then I'll try to keep my whites separate where I add it because I'm gonna have different compositions here when I lay out the tags.
If you add the blue, won't you get purple?
I'll get purple, but it'll be a different shade of purple.
Okay.
Most likely. It depends on which one I choose.
Yeah, Fran says she likes red pepper. I don't think we're going to use red pepper here, Fran.
I just used red pepper. That's what the red is.
Oh.
So now I'm going to give it a spray and I'm going to blow it because it'll get it in all those little grooves. Want to make sure it's wet. You have more time to play with it with the spray, with my magic sauce. There's way more playtime. And you can, re-wet it. I like that.
Well, your sauce is like adding a retarder to acrylics.
It is.
Yeah. Not it isn't as long lasting, but it's still like adding a retarder for as
and
much
you can
as
just
you can.
re-add it. That's the best part. You can
Yes.
thin it out more. You can, thin out your color. You can move it around the way you want it. Did you see how I just sprayed that directionally and it moved my color back over there?
You're getting kind of patriotic here, aren't you?
Well, I'll add some purple and we'll fix it. It's not the 4th of July yet.
No, not yet.
All right. The one thing I did notice when I did this the other day is I had a blue speckled arm because I used a lot of blue. And actually, let's go with patina or something this time too. Let's do that. That's a new one for me. That's one of my favorite colors. But I ended up with like blue and gold speckles because I had, been using the blower. It's pretty funny.
All right. Where you going? Okay.
We got the green. Don't want to
Yep.
put it right on the red because that's where you'll get mud. Anytime you
Mud.
use
Yep.
colors opposite on the color wheel, you're going to get that mud because that's what
See,
makes brown.
this is why I want to go to Kathy's house and okay, Kathy, let's sit down. We're going to gel plate, or have Kathy over here. We're going to gel plate because I started out initially getting mud, and now I get some like really pee your pants pulls. Just I love
I
them.
love pee your pants pulls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are the best.
Yeah. Pure joy. I'm telling you.
Yes. Okay. So I want to go in and add some white where I have not red. So I'm going to choose my moments here.
So you're going to choose. All right.
Yeah, I'm going to pick and choose here because I
Selecting spots.
don't want the pink to show. So look at how pretty that white is on the blue on the patina. Oh, so pretty. So this is pretty dark over here, so I'm going to add some white in. But hopefully it'll push the red aside and not join it.
Yeah.
I love alcohol ink. It's so much fun. This is really dark in this corner, so I do want to add some there and hope not to. I don't want pink.
So now I have to ask, how are you doing with the odor? How's the odor? You okay with that?
It's fine. I have a AC in the window, and there's a gap that I
Okay.
don't have filled right now. I
Because you don't
might get a
sound
little
dopey yet.
Huh?
You don't sound dopey yet.
Do I sound drunk? So when these dry, they also look a little different. See that butterfly showing up?
Cool.
That's the one I pulled earlier that wasn't really showing. They dry and look different. They just do. I think it's time for gold. We want the
Hi,
gold to
Lucy.
separate stuff out. Hey, Lucy. Good to have you here.
Dragoon. Yeah.
Yeah, I've known Lucy for a long time. I'm so glad
Oh,
you're here.
welcome, welcome. Pee your pants pull.
Yeah, that's what we want. Pure pants pulls.
Yep. PYPP. Okay, Ginny, thanks for being here. Ginny's got to go because she's got storms.
See you later, Gigi. I hope you stay safe.
Bye.
I've known Gigi for ages too. Wonderful.
Yep. Okay.
I think we have a few Gigis in the community. There are. Because I've seen other people, there's somebody that posts with Gigi, like they have as a mod, and I don't know who that one is. But I know my Gigi.
Yep, and in my group, there's a Mrs. Gigi, I think.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of
I think that's the one.
name. Yeah, that one I know.
So I'm adding the gold in where the red is, and I couldn't add the white. And none of this will go to waste because, it'll keep on giving.
So honestly, I'm looking at this going, this is going to be mud. This is going to, but it's not, is it?
It won't. It really won't be. So can you see it there? There are some dark spots, but it'll change as it hits the paper. So as I pull these off, I'm going to go ahead and put them on something so I don't feel like I'm wasting it. And I don't have to mess with it right now.
And Lucy says, love what you are doing here, Sharon.
Oh, thank you, Lucy. I'm getting little splatters. I don't mind some splatters, but that wasn't a goal. Thank you so much. I'm going to spray my paper this time so that it'll grab a hold of what I've been doing there. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. You want to see it?
Yeah.
Look at that. See what happened? Because there was so much alcohol ink in that corner. So it's going to show up on here if you spray your paper with that secret sauce. Carefully lifting.
Very cool.
And a little roll off. Maybe a little goofy from the alcohol.
Yeah.
And take that off. I'd rather be a little goofy. That's okay. I think we're supposed to drink it, aren't we?
Well, yeah. As long as you're not falling off the chair, passing out, we're good. We're good.
Yeah. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm gonna have to get another piece of tissue because look at that. It's wet right now. It's gonna dry, and it's gonna be even darker.
Especially the one at the bottom. I really love that one.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna get another piece of paper.
It's like skeleton.
To pull skeleton off. Yeah. Well, and you can use, I mean, I don't want to mix up all the things that can be done here because I want to try texture plates next that I've made with stencils, and it'll incidentally color the texture plate that I can then use in a project that has the texture paste on it.
Oh, Bridget has to go. Thanks for
a fun Bridget, time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining. Oh my goodness, look. That was all on the stencil.
That one's beautiful.
So pretty. Wow. And there's more. There's still that much more on the stencil. So I'm going to roll it again. And it's okay that this is drying in the meantime. I can pull it with paint.
Ooh, top one reminds me of Pinka's beautiful peacock feathers in her accordion.
Look at that.
Ooh, yeah. See, you cannot go wrong with a PM Artist Studio stencil. You just.
I don't want my fingers in there. Okay.
They're just.
Okay, I'm going to have this going the same way. There's alcohol ink on both sides of this, and it is beautiful. That's going to keep on giving right there.
And so when you're done,
oh, thank you. When
Sarita
you are done with
let me interrupt you. Sarita says very cool, and Leslie says I love that butterfly. And okay, now it's your turn.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So when you're done with these, you will want to give your stencils a good clean with just some alcohol. If you're gonna, if you don't like grunge, if you don't want it to keep releasing, you would want to do that, and don't waste it. You know, put it on a piece of paper, just like this, like I'm doing, to clean them. And I hate waste. I absolutely deplore it. So I try to find 9 ways to Sunday to make sure I use up all the stuff. You know, that.
Well, that would be my next question, because when we use acrylic paints, we don't care if it builds up on the Yupo paper. It's no big deal. But with inks, because you are using a alcohol to make it move, you probably do want to keep the stencils clean, huh?
Right. You do. You probably, when you go from medium to medium, want to do that.
Julie. Hi, Julie.
Hey, Julie.
And Kathy D's Creative Chaos. Yeah.
What's that?
Kathy D's Creative Chaos just popped
Hello, in. Kathy. Welcome. Hey, I should spiel for a minute. I'm really bad at it, and I make myself a note because I hate to ask for things. But if you guys are liking what you're seeing today, and you're finding some value here, or at least enjoy butterflies, please give me a thumbs up. And when we get to 400 subscribers, I'm going to give away a journal, and a second prize will be some goodies. And I have lots of good goodies. Look at that. Look what's happening here. It's so beautiful.
It
As it dries, it get better too. Like that's almost dry.
Yeah, you could see it.
So pretty. Oh, so pretty. And then I still have all this alcohol ink that's going to keep on giving until I'm done playing with them on the gel plate or wherever I'm putting them. So, okay. So let's see. I want to kind of lock this in place because it's a stencil if I was just using these, I would spray it. I would add another layer of spray and, pick it up with the tags or paper or whatever. But because
Uh-huh.
it's butterflies, I kind of want to keep them as butterflies because they're objects and not just designs. So I'm gonna, because that does change things a little bit. As soon as you spray it, they're gonna move around a little bit. And
Yeah.
if you don't want that and you want to keep those designs in place, you might want to get it while it's wet, or you wait and pick it up with paint, which will just take a minute for it to dry, honestly. And I could probably help it along by doing this because it just takes a minute. I mean, it's thick on there, but
Ooh, special fanning. That's what we call special fanning.
oh yeah, this is my super secret tool right here.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like pee your pants pulls and my secret sauce. Don't forget the super expensive. These are $49.99 plus shipping. You just message me and I will send you one.
Well,
These are very
that
special.
leaves me and Leslie out because we're both broke.
Me too. That's why they're $49.99. I
99
mean,
because you bought them. And now you're broke.
all right.
I'm really bad at math, but I can get that much out of it.
Yeah. Or you can get 200 of them for $12 or
Well,
whatever.
there you go.
On Amazon. That's 200 special fans. See this blue spatter that's happening around the edges here, which I don't mind because, I can either keep it on this board or I can use that to my advantage later. That's what my arm looked like the other day. It was
All
like my
decorated.
arm
Sarita
from
says, and
blowing.
they're all decorated, right? The 200, they're all decorated.
Yeah, I can decorate them. If that's what you want, a super decorated fan for $49.99, I will spend 2 days on your fan. How's that?
Anne says Sharon has really good stuff in her studio.
Oh, I do have some
Well, of
goodies.
course she does.
I
Sharon's
do.
there.
I know.
Yeah. Sharon's in the studio. That's the start. That's good
Oh,
stuff right
thank
there.
you. Look, okay, this is
Oh.
dry now. Look at this. Do you see how pretty it is?
Leslie says, can't we beg? Hey, Leslie, don't tell her I told you, but I'll check back with you later on that.
For begging. Oh, hey, Sandy. Okay, the
Hi,
super
Sandy.
secret sauce I have said over and over, but I will say again. It is a spray bottle with hand sanitizer and alcohol. And these are both pretty high. And the higher, the better. You can use lower, that's fine. But it has to add up to more than something like 80%.
Yeah.
So the reason why is because it's kind of making the alcohol thick so it sits on the plate a little longer. So you have more time to play with it so you can blow it around, so it does the things that alcohol ink does. Normally on Yupo, you get the same effect and you can use it the same with this mix. So 50-50 on that. Okay, I think it's dry to the touch. There's a few little wet spots on it where it's pooled up. And maybe I can even just go in with my tags that I didn't like here and just pick up some color if there's any left on there that's pooled. Maybe cover some pink up. Ooh, murder. It looks like blood. I just don't want it to move around a lot when I add paint. So I just want the wettest spots. See, these are the spots you can add gold leaf to and they'll stick, by the way. If you want to break out your gold leaf and your little pieces and you put it on your plate, it'll actually stick to these places where it's pooled, where it's a little sticky. It's kind of nice.
Mo
Let's
is
try
nonstop buffering, so she's, and I just got a buffer. Mo is nonstop buffering, so she says the internet
Oh,
gods are frowning on me. Catch you all really soon. And
I'm
Sharon, this
so
has been,
sorry.
she says, Sharon, this has been totally worth peeing pants over. I agree. Thank you, Mo, for coming.
Thank you, Mo. I appreciate it. We'll see you in the group. And that group, you can send me a Facebook request because I mostly just use it for my grandkids and for my group here, or my RD peeps, and that's fine. But I also can be found in the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists, hosted by PM Artist Studio, because we do a monthly collaboration challenge, where we a bunch of arty friends get together and they host it, and we do a hop. So you can join us. The next one will be next Saturday, and I'm pretty excited. You know what's really cool about this, the way this live fell? The last two hops were on one of my live days, and I only go live twice a month. The first and
Right.
third. Don't pick it up. No, 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 no. Okay. The first and third Saturday of the month, I go live. So I'm gonna.
Darcy says you could do 70% hand sanitizer, 70% alcohol, and a 90% alcohol.
You could and get that ratio.
See, now I wouldn't have come up with that because that would have been math.
I hate math.
I hate
I don't
math.
math. I don't use that side of my brain at all.
I do, but not for math. I
So
probably do because I design crochet things,
you
and you
do
have
math,
to,
yeah.
yeah, you have to do math. It's just I can use it, just don't make me do equations.
Right, right, right.
Yes, and in the makers group, if you come in and if you join and you play, yes, even if you're not on YouTube, you don't do videos, you can play along too. It's okay.
Yeah, there's a non-YouTube group, and Patricia is in charge of that one, and we have a fake competition where we go against each other head to head for the crown every month.
Yeah.
It's a joke because everybody's a winner. I mean,
Yep.
everybody is a winner, but we all do different things. So you'll find all different kinds of projects. I've done a lot of mixed media assemblage or art books. This month, I can't tell you. I can't tell you yet because it's not until next weekend. So no, I'll post some sneaky peeks in the group, and I'll post some in your group as well. Oh, look at that. Look at that. You can see the detail from that stencil. There's some butterfly wings there. Oh,
And
really? Oh,
and
look at the blue.
and Anne says, and well, we know who wears the crown.
Anne wears the crown. The
Anne wears.
imaginary. It is an imaginary crown. We are all winners. So because I used the cream paint this time, you see it's got that cream background. Look at
Yeah, I
that
like
butterfly
that.
wing right there. Right there.
Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo.
So I would
Good
probably
stuff.
decorate these and cover spots that I don't like,
I
basically.
honestly looked at it all and went, "There's going to be some mud." This is gorgeous. This is
Oh,
just what I
thank
love.
you. The cream paint really does a little something extra there. You could use gray. You could use any neutral color really to pick it up. Oh, look at that.
Wow.
When these dry, they'll be a little lighter and more vibrant. Does that make sense? Lighter and vibrant, but they are.
Well, with like a glossy look to it, you think? No?
Oh, you could gloss it up if you wanted, but it won't have a glossy look. No, it'll absorb more into that paper. Look at
Right.
that. Do you
I
see
love
it?
that one. Yeah.
Oh,
If you look that spot right there, see where I'm pointing? That spot back on that other one, that spot. I think that's my name.
your name is right there. That right there.
Wow, look at
So
that
you
one.
want this one?
I'm not saying a word.
Oh, oh, I see.
But
It's
that last
beautiful.
one, look at that.
It's going to change as it dries. And then if you want them glossy at that point, you can add this to it. You could, I mean, I think this might have a little bit of a solvent in it, but I don't think it's going to be as bad as some of your sprays. You just have to try to see how you want to seal it. The disclaimers
Wow.
are a well ventilated area, and you might want to seal it depending on how you use whatever.
Yeah.
I also do want to share, you could say you wanted to do ornaments or do something 3D like a piece of jewelry. Doing it on your gel plate with the alcohol ink sounds like a way better idea because you don't get the drips. If you don't want that, if you're not after drips, try, rolling a Christmas ornament out on your gel plate once you get a pattern on there. I mean, there's no other way to get a stencil on a Christmas
Yeah.
ornament. But
Darcy,
you put on your plate.
Darcy sends you a glittery heart. Julie Parker says awesome.
Aww.
Lee's Art Studio says gorgeous.
Oh,
Uh,
thank you.
Anne says love that one. I think it's the last one. Leslie Weaver says, wow, they've turned out beautiful. I want these. Beg.
I'll keep
I
that in
think
mind.
I think
I think
you have to sit up and then roll over. Sandy
I
has a
touch my
question.
dog's nose for a treat. I make him
There you
hold
go.
still and I touch his nose. It's something we're
Okay.
working on right now.
Doink. I just did that to
Sorry.
Leslie. Um,
Go ahead.
yeah, I doinked her. Sandy Franklin asks, have you tried translucent paint to pull?
I could do that. I haven't tried it yet.
And
This is Go ahead.
Fran says, have you tried matte medium to pull?
Not yet,
Ooh.
but I could. Or I could maybe use
Ooh.
a clear gesso. That would be fine too.
Ooh.
You guys, I don't know how many of you saw what I did with these after I made these this last week. Because I actually made them into tags and I ended up, I choose moments that I love, and those are the places I don't cover, and that's how I decide to decorate them. And then some of the prints that I pulled with paper, I turned into, and I showed at the beginning, I turned into die cuts and I embossed them. And so, I mean, you have all kinds of things you can look at that now that it's dry. And there's gold on here that you guys probably can't see, but it's amazing. Let me see if I can pull the
Hi,
rest.
Judy. Judy P is here. Hi,
Hey,
Judy.
Judy. How are you? Darcy said if her cat boops her nose with her nose, she gets, oh, I want my cat to do that. I'll pull this up. And then I won't worry about it.
So if we haven't seen, and I've been busy this week, so if we haven't seen what you did the other day, then
Oh, do you want me to pull a couple of them out so you can see them? They're right.
Oh yeah.
I have this whole ring of them that I made, and then I have the ones that I decorated. So, and those are, let me pull out Prince Charming because he was my favorite. He really was. He was my favorite.
Yeah. You had Prince Charming. Yep.
Yeah, I have Prince Charming. Do you want to see him? Do you want to see him?
Sure.
He's right here. So I posted him on Facebook and I absolutely love him. And that's with the raindrop stencil from PM Artist Studio and then some crackle through a stencil that I did on top.
Hey, Mariah's here.
Hey, Mariah.
Hi, Mariah. Oh my God, so sorry what?
This
what
guy?
Did you do? No, Mariah says, oh my God, so sorry. I don't know why she would be sorry. Brad is here.
Oh, hey, Brad. They probably forgot.
Oh.
I was wondering where they were.
Well, then shame on them.
That's okay.
They were probably doing that important family stuff. Who knows?
Probably. It is Saturday.
Yes. Oh, look at those. I love those. Wow.
I'm just going through them pretty quick here. These are all from these polls. So, and then I did go through with some texture paste and added in spots that were kind of bare or for whatever reason, because it's like a you get what you get thing for me, and I expect things to come serendipitously to me, from the universe.
Darcy, Gretchen says, I love the Viking.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you. He just turned out so cool.
go back to Prince Charming. I want to see
Oh, you
Prince
want to see
Charming
him again?
again. I got distracted
So
by Mariah.
I think my favorites were
Oh, look at there. Oh, I
these
know that
girls,
stencil.
and then my two guys with their wings.
Love your images.
They are. Oh, I was going to share that too. Do you want to know my secret? My new secret? I have one.
As long as it doesn't cost $49.99.
No, it doesn't cost $49.99. Not it might cost like $9.99. If you're interested, it is. Where is it? Because I was gonna share
Oh yeah, I love those images.
an opera book that I have. Oh, so if you look up Daniel Bloom online where they sell used books, you can go to eBay, you can go to Thrift Books, but Daniel Bloom does a pictorial treasury of talkies, silent films, opera, theater, and they're all black and whites. And the whole book, huge book, full of beautiful, crisp images, all black and white. Huge book. That is downstairs on my coffee table. But this is Opera in America, and look up Daniel Bloom, Blum. I promise you will not be sorry. And I did tell someone, and she went and bought the last opera book, I believe it was, but on Thrift Books. But there are lots and lots of other ones. Sorry, that's my alarm.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I find a lot of vintage images. In fact, I'm a hoarder. But, oh yeah.
So we got to use them, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Why is my alarm going off? Dismiss. There we go. Oh, that's because it is time. I want to do one more poll before we go. We usually go for 2 hours, but I feel like I had a lot of information this time and less playtime, and I want more playtime. So should we do one more poll? How does everybody feel about that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Let's see if I can get any of this up with my nice new sticky fresh plate. I heard my husband pull in. Even, just whatever you pull up, it's just gorgeous. So I'm not going to use the butterflies this time so I can be more random with the stencils. And I'm going to use...
Yeah, digital image hoarding is different. Yeah.
It is, because it's on your computer, and I have a bunch too.
And I love to take them and put them into Photoshop, and then I make my own
Really?
collage. I don't, it's just for me. It's just for
Really?
me. I collect Photoshop brushes and digital images and different stuff, and then I make my own collages and print them out for my own journals. No biggie.
Wow. I wish I was more computer savvy, honestly. Wish I could do that stuff. I'm looking for my green. Okay, so I sprayed it really good. I stuck my things down, and remember, it's going to release anything that's on there already. So I'm going to have some ghost prints come up, and I'm good with that because it's like little bits of magic coming from the stars for me. Yeah. So I'm going to add some alcohol ink, and I'm not being choosy about where it goes because these are not specific items. It's just like a pattern. So there's my green. Why do I keep putting the lids back on? I don't know why.
So Mariah's asking, and so we're going to explain. She's using alcohol inks here, Mariah, and she puts her inks down, and then she uses her secret sauce to move them.
Yes. And it also creates cells.
Yes, and she uses an air puffer. We haven't found a better word for it. So
I can't breathe while I do it.
Yeah.
So hold your breath. So I'm going to spray it a little bit more. So you're likely to go through, if you sit and do this for a while, you're likely to go through a bottle of this. Or half a bottle. And so now I'm going to add some yellow.
The secret sauce, Mariah, is a half and half mix of hand sanitizer and isopropyl alcohol. And they both need to, so you end up with at least 80% or more alcohol content. That's all that's in that secret sauce.
Say hello.
Hello.
My husband's home. He said hello.
Hi, husband.
Bill.
That was weird.
Did your husband perk up? So I'm just like I'm trying to give it some more like a pastel effect almost, and give more variation in color because I mean, if you use white, if you say you wanted to use one color and use white with it, you're going to get different variations of that color, and I want that it to be more interesting like that. And I'm not looking once again for one composition. I am looking for the tags that I'm going to be creating.
Right, right.
I mean, I could do, and we could get those, you know, big pieces. But right now I've got these tags on my desk, so that's what I'm using.
So Mariah says, oh, yes, on the secret sauce. So it has the glycerin in it. And then Julie wants to know, would glycerin work?
Glycerin might work, but I don't have any glycerin in it. No. And don't forget to shake your gold. And I put beads in mine. So I want the gold to show up. And I'm putting the tags on it. So I'm making sure to spread everything out. My colors, because I want a little bit of each on all of it.
And you think, I know everybody that just came in, you look at this and you think, oh, mud. It's not. Trust me. She's been amazing me all night with what is coming off.
How about, I want a blue, I think. A lighter blue. I'm going to put a little glacier on there too. Because I see some holes that maybe need some color. So I'm just going into some spots that I feel like I need to break that up. I might hate these colors together. We'll see.
Sandy says, I have the world's smallest leaf blower to move my ink. It is also good to dry acrylic paint on the plate. I wondered about that.
Is it really a leaf blower? I'm so confused.
I saw something like the world's smallest leaf blower somewhere the other night, and I told my husband about it. It's not like really tiny, but it's
interesting.
But definitely small.
So I'm going to use a big piece of paper this time to pull up some of this, and it's going to soak through because I haven't shown you really how it does that.
So Fran's been nabbing.
You can squish it around too and get swishes if you want, but I'm not ever trying to do that really.
I think Fran's been napping because I know we've answered this. Does the gold come in that bottle? It flows out really well. Wow.
No, it comes in this bottle. Well, you can buy it in smaller bottles, but 4 ounces is the way to go. And they send you these, but they don't have beads in all the little bottles. I did add beads to shake it up because it comes out like gold leaf and you really want to shake that up. So I don't want to pick up stencils and I'm doing it.
Yes, Julie wants to know, is your gold a mixative or an alloy?
It works out like an alloy. Okay. It works out like the ore. So it doesn't mix in. It creates almost a gold leaf effect. Look at that. And look, it did release something yummy from another pull on that stencil. No mud.
Oh, is that lovey or not? I love that.
There's so much going on with that gold too. I love it. That red, that was on there from before.
Yep.
I didn't add any red just now. Same with the red right there.
Up above, yeah.
Orange. Yep. And I love those little happy accidents. That's what I strive for, honestly. You could be a perfectionist about this and just do one color, but and clean between every pull and, but I that's just not me. If it's you, that's great. Clean between each pull and, see what you get. But for me, I like this sort of randomness and the way that I am surprised each time, and that's why I want to pee my pants.
Yeah, it depends. And you're getting all kinds of compliments. Mariah wants to know, do the UPO stencils work better?
Never. Oh, do I don't. I'm finding that I've only done this with your stencils so far, and I'm finding that I really like the UPO, and I love how the UPO gives it back to me when I go to clean them off, because I'm getting, oh, sorry. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Because and that was just because I sprayed it, and I'm going to do it again because I see a lot of color in here, and I want to release it.
Kelly's got to go. Bye,
Oh,
Kelly.
Kelly, thank you so much. We won't be much longer. This is our last. I mean, I could keep going, but this is our last pull. Let's grab another piece of that paper because I can cut those up and do something with those fun.
Right, Mariah. It's been all PM Artist Studio stencils tonight.
That's all I've used.
Yep. Thank you, Kelly.
Missed it. Oh. Look at that coming through right there. Even that side of the paper is lovely. So this is all from the same alcohol ink. The first stuff I put down. I don't want to pull up the stencil.
Della says, Sharon, were you going to use texture plates?
Not this time, but I will be using a texture plate in the future. Yeah, you see it released a bunch of paint on there that was on the stencil. That is paint. Because I like a dirty stencil. Okay, now I think I could probably get a couple more sprays out of these because I see a lot of color on top, but I want to see what's underneath. Are you curious? I'm curious.
Fran, you need to go to bed anyway, Fran. Take your pills and go to bed.
I'm going to spray it before I do that. Oh, Fran, are you leaving us?
Did I keep you up late? Going.
Well, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you.
And Sandy asked, have you pulled onto cardstock or watercolor paper?
Well, these ones are cardstock that I just pulled, this one and this one. Watercolor paper, I've used some scraps. This is fairly new to me, this technique, because I was always afraid to use the alcohol ink on the plate. So I decided to try it this week, and I'm very excited, very, very excited. I want to get that ink off of there, so I'm gonna put this over here. I need a clean space to work with, and I'm gonna brayer that because it's really wet. I bet I get something.
Okay, Fran's back. Fran, I know you have a cuppa. Did you take your pills? Young lady.
Young lady. Look at all that on there. Do you see what that's going to give up? So later I can put the plate away and just play with these, probably. Yeah. I mean, because there's so much ink on these. And I'm going to do that again because I'm excited about that.
Judy says, so glad you decided to do this, Sharon.
Oh, thank you. Me too. This is going to be something I explore a lot, I think. Oh my goodness, you guys. Look at that. Look at that. That's just from rolling that stencil off.
And that's Fran says, I don't think Pisces is available in the UK. Well, bummer.
Well, yeah, you can get other alcohol inks, I'm sure, but this is gold that works like the gold ore. So that was,
So even after you lift, do you see that, Mariah? Even after she lifts the stencil, there's still ink on there that she keeps activating it.
Yeah, you can just keep redoing it. As a matter of fact, I mean, I can play with that later. Let's play with these for a second because nothing goes to waste. Just nothing. Let's spray the paper. Get that all wet. with the special secret sauce.
Yeah.
And because that has alcohol on it, and I do that, it's going to reactivate it. And this had paint on it already, so really the alcohol stuck to it really well because it had paint on the stencil to begin with. So there was like a grippy, it was almost like gesso.
Oh, sorry,
Grippy
Julie.
texture.
You know, Judy says use photo paper also. Judy, there was yes, we had a conversation way earlier about the photo paper to not use it directly on the gel plate. And Fran was trying to remember. She thinks P said because it would adhere
It
or
sticks
stick.
to it. Yeah.
Yeah, and probably tear and not really do well. So look at all that still coming off. That is cool.
Oh my gosh. When that dries, it's going to be way more vivid too because it's pretty wet.
Yeah.
This is why you need to make up a bottle of this, make sure it's full before you start because you'll need the whole bottle. I mean, how that's magic. It's totally a rainbow.
And
Okay.
you chose the best stencil to do it.
Well, the butterfly was nice, but I was wanting more random composition for what I was doing right now. I this one right here. It's got little chunks of paint on it, and it's good. It's
Okay,
just
Fran.
good. Okay, so I'm gonna do that again. Let's get the stencil wet this time.
Mariah says it will really pop if you seal it with a glossy medium or Mod Podge. Well, she showed something else earlier, Mariah, to use.
I'm gonna try this. I'm hoping it's not too solventy and won't make it move. This is the other beauty. You can use any paper with the technique on the gel plate and the alcohol inks and this stuff. So you don't have to use Yupo. And then it absorbs inside the paper. So if you're not using Yupo, which is a high gloss finish on it that's non-absorbent, this actually absorbs into the paper. So it shouldn't do anything too crazy. Boy, that's really pulling the paint off there now because it's pretty wet.
Yeah.
Oh, grunge. Look at all that grunge. It's cleaning my stencil. All right, let's use a stencil that's got more ink on it again. Where are those butterflies? Let's find one. So
just do the roller technique. Mariah says just do the roller technique. I'm not.
So I'm just going to use the ink that's left on here because there was no paint on here. These were virgin stencils when I started.
Okay.
Because that's just paint that came off because I kept spraying it and getting it wet. It reactivates, and like the alcohol that's on here was pulling it off the back side. Look at that. Yeah. So when that dries, because it's pretty wet right now, it's going to look completely different when it dries. But that's just the alcohol that was on the stencil still. Pull that off. And let's see which other, this one looks like it's going to, oh, look at that. That'll give up a lot. It's really fun to play with them because they just keep giving. And because I used them on the gel plate.
All right, Mariah, she says that when she uses the inks on the gel plate, she does recondition it afterwards because it does dry it out.
Yes.
And Mariah is making the comment to clean your brayer and maybe mineral oil it too.
Yes, I'm going to use Murphy's oil on them, and they'll have a good bath if I go from this to paint. But if I want to just walk away from my desk, I'm definitely going to put some of this vitamin E oil on it. Where did it go? Where did my vitamin E oil go? My big bottle. I don't know where I set it, but that's what I put on the plate before we started. They had a bubble bath, and I did that.
Yep.
Use mineral oil, baby oil. Vitamin E oil seems to work. Look at that. It's almost like using a texture plate because you're getting the image instead of the paint that would go inside all of the little, you're
So
getting,
cool.
it's like a stamp, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else do I have here? Oh, I do have this one. It doesn't look like a lot of ink, but I bet it has a lot of ink. So I'm going to spray it and flip it. So remember, it won't move on different kinds of paper. Your alcohol ink won't. So you want to do all the movement on the gel plate first, and then lock it in with your paper, with different kinds of paper.
Mariah wants to know, does Bill get a little jealous of all the attention your plate has been getting? Mm-hmm.
I only played with the gel plate and the alcohol inks for one whole day because I wanted to save the excitement and just do the one technique. Otherwise, I would have moved on 6 new techniques by now.
Wow.
I would have, because it would have evolved, and I wanted to save what I had learned in my noggin for this. So I didn't do it again this week. I saved it for you guys. Saved it up. That's what I did.
Brad,
next time we're
do you
texture
see
plates?
Yep. Look at the versatile use of your butterflies, Brad. You did great, buddy. You did great.
You did really good.
Thumbs up.
My grunge. Let's lay all this out. This one is really alcohol-y right now. Look at this one's dry. Look at that. It's more vivid.
Yep.
Just cleaning the stencil off. There's that one. We've got this one. These ones. These are winners. Ugh. That one released a whole bunch of paint. There we go. Look at that right there.
Well, that's a good idea. You could actually ink your gel plate. There's that echo. We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
Ink your gel plate up and then put a stencil down, pull it up immediately, and stick it over on a paper if you have a name.
I actually did it that way this last time, and that's some of the prints that you saw. That was how I did it, because I did the ink first, laid the stencil down, you let it dry in between, spray it with this, and then you can flip it off onto a paper. These were our first ones. They were no stencil.
Yep.
And the gold on these is exquisite. And the spots, those little spots. Let me see if I can get that in there. I can't do it. Can you see that? Oh, there we go.
Use them, Darcy. Use them.
That looks like a sunset right in there. And that.
Well, actually, I saw a kiss.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Looks like a kiss.
Oh.
Looks like a lip, like you got kissed.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. And there's that.
Yay.
That's just a rainbow of fun right there.
That's beautiful.
That even has some pink on it, and I'm not mad. Are you guys mad at that pink?
Well, Mo is gone. Mo had to leave, so.
Oh, yeah.
So there's no revolt from her. And
what it was the boysenberry with the white.
Yeah,
and it came out that sort of really lavendery.
And Fran's probably just too tired to be like pukey.
There's my bird.
Murdery. There
Birds come to me. They just do. And those little spots that I love so much. The little cells, little stripes there. Almost look like trees. And there's that one.
Darcy says, lots of great stuff to oogle and inspiration. Thanks, Texture Junkies.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. I hope that everybody feels a little more comfortable playing on their gel plate with alcohol inks. Don't be afraid. Just when you're done, clean it up good. Make sure you're in a ventilated area.
Yeah.
Give it a good wash and then a good oil bath, because alcohol is drying, but it's not going to hurt your plate in the long run. I mean, I think you have to heat your plate up to a pretty high temperature for it to hurt your plate. But I don't think that this alcohol is going to do anything to it. I do think you just need to oil it again,
And
with.
Darcy wants to know, will you doodle on some? Oh,
Yes, I will. I love to doodle.
yeah.
You know that about me already, Darcy? Darcy, we know each other from PM a little, but uh, I love to sit and with a black and white pen and do some line work or something I might notice in there, like something I see, like that bird, I might
Yep.
highlight it, or I might write some poetry on it, or I might add characters to it. I don't know. I think that's my favorite one right there with the bird and the spots and the trees, and it's just it's very that was a
Yep.
gift from the universe right there. That was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Fran says, I've used inks on the plate, but not with stencils. So thanks for that, Sharon.
Yeah. Well, and just, think outside the box. Think about how do I re-wet this, or do I want to lose my design if I do it? Kind of what kind of stencils might work better on your plate, and how to keep on releasing your ink so it doesn't go to waste. Like, these are beautiful right now. I can't wait to just keep messing with these and see what I get.
And your
That's, I
secret
mean,
sauce is a secret sauce no more.
yes, it is not a secret. It's Sharon's secret sauce. That's right. With pee your pants pulls.
Peter Pan pulls. Yeah. Judy P says, love what I have seen here tonight. Leslie
Oh,
says,
thank,
beautiful.
thank
Um,
you.
Dallas says, thanks for all the great stuff, tips and tricks. Gretchen
Oh, thanks.
says, this was so much fun. Thanks.
Oh, thank you, ladies. That's really wonderful. I tell you what, I will turn my camera on because now that I've done this for you live, I get to do this some more and play some more and make 100 more. So I'll turn my camera on and I will share the journey with you.
There you
At least
go.
some of it when I'm not cussing.
And France France says it's not secret sauce, now it's special sauce. Yes, it
Now,
is.
yeah. It's special sauce.
And I am going to go Google Daniel Bloom because I really
Please.
love yes, I love those
Oh,
images.
all of them are great.
Your
And
narrator,
every single page is just black and white images.
and
So,
Darcy says, who is your narrator?
oh, this is Violet. I'm sorry. Well, and Violet prefers not to be on camera, and that's okay. Violet is so super helpful, and we really appreciate her. So let's give her I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it.
I
No,
know, I know,
no,
I
no,
know.
no. Yeah, okay. We were doing
Yeah,
that before.
I have no excuse, but she's been sniffing alcohol, so that's what you get.
Yeah, that's definitely. You'd rather have me sniffing alcohol than, falling asleep. So,
Yeah, there you go. So glad everyone came. Thank you,
yes.
everyone.
Thank you, everyone. And if you haven't already, please give me a thumbs up and share with your friends because we are only like 2 away now from 300. And when we get to 400, I'm giving away some stuff. So
You're
leave a
one
comment.
away.
Yes. Oh, I'm one away?
You're one away.
Yay.
Thank you,
All right.
everyone.
And if you bring a friend, leave a comment on a video. Let me know they're coming. Let me know when they get there and have
Yeah.
them do the same. So I
Yeah.
know that you get an extra entry in the drawing. So, all right.
Yay.
Thank you guys. We appreciate you. Have a great night.
Bye.
Stay a texture junkie. Good night.
Now I know.